The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Chop Shop, brought to you by Bucklebomb Entertainment. I am your host, Orlando, for the evening, and I'm joined by Seven. And are we still going with Are You Elites, or is it now Honor the Elites now?
Oh, yeah, so now it's Honor the Elite.
Yeah.
But thanks, Orlando. Sometimes I forget, so.
Right. Yeah, so of course, Honor the Elite's own Gary is joining us for this edition of WWE, where we're going to be talking about news, rumors, and of course, the last episode of NXT 2.0, as they're going to embark on now just NXT. As you see in the background, I just kind of went with the black, gold, white type of colors because that's what it is, you know. Last week when they celebrated their 1 year anniversary, let's just get into that. There was a video package showing about what happened in NXT 2.0, and then the letters went from NXT 2.0 all colorful to kind of like black and gold or black and white. So how did you guys feel in regards about that? Let's start with you, Seven. How did you feel when you saw that video about NXT 2.0 disappearing and now we're just NXT again?
Originally, I didn't hear it. I didn't see it live. I actually only heard you talk about it in chat. That's the only reason I knew about it. And then when I watched it today, I was like, oh, expecting that kind of that like seeing a new set or something, and it wasn't. But then I found out it was recorded previously, so
pretty much, yeah.
I'm excited for it though. Like I love set designs. I love like, you know, the WWE Attitude Era where like every pay-per-view had this massive, gigantic stage. I miss those days. So anytime that there's a new set or there's a new anything, I'm there for it. Like I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, me too. So, I mean, I saw some of the wrestlers from NXT, they were posting, it looked like they were all on vacation, so they kind of gave everybody a day off, like a week off, so that's good for them. So they take the show for this week, and then they're all going to be back, probably energized, ready to perform in the new stage. I mean, maybe they'll go back to Full Sail. You never know. I mean, that was the big thing for NXT Black and Gold back in the day. What say you, Gary, when you heard about the news that it went from 2.0 to back to 1.0 in a way?
I gotta say, it's funny because I will be the first to admit NXT 2.0, it was really hard to digest. We did not want to steer away from the original NXT, and I'm going to give the man credit where it's due. Like, Triple H knows what we want, so this is good news for anybody that loves, NXT since the very beginning. I think back in 2013, 2012. So I'm very excited for it, man. And literally, for anybody that knows me, I never come on here discussing NXT, but the reason why I wanted to is because I'm very excited, like everybody else. The new refurbished NXT finally back. It's going to be really good. And to piggyback off of your comment, Orlando, I think they're just going to stay where they're at. I don't think they're going to go back to Full Sail. But you know what? Look at it this way. Where they are right now, they really don't need to rent the building. So, save a little bit more money and make this more, kind of like the roots of Full Sail. You're really going to pave your way. You guys are used to the gymnasiums. You guys are used to, this type of platform. So, and I don't think the talent has an issue with it either way. So it's cool. But we shall see. I'm very excited for the golden black brand to come back.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going by gold and white because it has the coloring like that for the letters. Like it has like the font, like the highlight of gold, but the letters are white. So maybe they're going with that instead of doing black and gold. Right.
I think that they're going to have to change it to something different outside of the norm. And also, Orlando, I don't think they can just go back to black and gold. Like it has to be something new. It has to be something moving forward.
Well, of
I don't
course.
think it can be the exact same. And I actually agree with Gary a little bit. I don't think they're going to go to Full Sail. I think they'll remain there.
Yeah. I mean, I would love it if they could maybe tour, maybe as like a third brand, like a little small, like venues every now and then, maybe not like every week, like maybe.
They do though.
No. They do that for live events. I meant for the
Yeah,
live shows.
gotcha.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I thought they were
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, no. They only tour in Florida, which I think a lot of people would like to see them like somewhere else. Like they're like
Yeah.
they do every now and then whenever there's like WrestleMania weekend and stuff. What happened? What you pointing at?
I was gonna say Orlando. You would be broke if that were to happen. Because I know how much you love NXT, bro, which is
I
not a
mean,
bad thing.
listen. I mean, like, it's been several years that they come. Like, no wrestling company comes down to South Florida. Damn it! Like now that like they took away like a what was it, the War Memorial Center? Like they rebuilt that here in Fort Lauderdale. That was very memorable for MLW, ECW, and Ring of Honor. Now I don't think they'll be able to rent it anymore because they revamp it. So I'm a little
I
annoyed.
actually have an opinion on that. I think a lot of the reason why Florida is not getting a lot of touring with companies is because during the pandemic, Florida was one of the only places that people were able to wrestle at or attend. So I think they're like finally they're able to break free and going to a lot of places they haven't recently. But I understand personally like how you would feel about that.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, okay, we're going off topic. Anyways, we got some comments right here. So, of course, somebody is trying to write in about. We're going to get into that type of discussion a bit. So they're thinking that it's Bray with the White Rabbit, and then somebody says maybe Bad Bunny. I mean, it is about a bunny, so. Oh, look at this! This is a sweet little comment. Good-looking group tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny.
Oh, it's Kenny, of course.
Oh, look at him. Okay, keep the comments coming, please. Alrighty, so of course, some of the people were mentioning about the White Rabbit, which on Raw last night, there was a QR code that was right behind Austin Theory. And then if you scan it, it'll take you to a page where it was a video where it's like playing a hangman. And then as it was spelling, the message was who the world killed. And then it's like you did was the answer, but certain letters were kind of marked off because it spelled demon first. But then after you spelled the actual answer, it said you did, and then it gives you a date and a time. So, and then it flashed like white and blue, which is the colors of SmackDown. So, so probably September 23rd, which is this Friday at 9:23 p.m. We may get a return. We may get a debut, maybe a repackage, because a lot of people are saying this could be Bray Wyatt. A lot of people are saying it's Karrion Kross because he was the White Rabbit in Lucha Underground, so maybe he's bringing that into WWE. You know,
I mean, my personal opinion, I think they should actually wait for this for the pay-per-view, probably at Extreme Rules, because I don't remember which forum posted. I like what they posted because, there was the Fireflies in the back of Seth Rollins, which would make sense, because of their feud that they had.
yeah.
I
And then
want to
there's
say
like a
that
lantern
was,
behind a Riddle too. So yeah, so I get what you mean.
yeah, exactly. So I think that's what they will save it for. But we get it, the speculation with Bray has never been this crazy. I mean, it's no brainer to me that Bray's better return. Now, my thing is though, I always say this competition is good for everybody, all across the board. And I think it's possible that he could return on SmackDown because people could go with Rampage all they want. They're going to have a damn good show on Friday, but, Trips, he wants to make sure that his show is the most talked about show on Friday.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm
I
all
mean,
for it either way. But like I said, I think they should wait for it to be on a pay-per-view, but that's just me.
yeah.
But we're all
I
excited for
mean,
Bray to return either
but
way.
you never know. Maybe, just maybe, it could be that it's going to be another tease. I mean, because like it's getting like it's just what's the word? It's just
Building
like,
suspense.
yeah, like give it more suspense, So it's just like,
Mhm.
and we'll see. I would love it if Bray comes back on SmackDown this Friday, but we'll see. Also, let's not forget Impact has a pay-per-view this Friday too, so they're kind of doing that as well.
Oh my gosh, are they really?
Yeah,
Wow.
so yeah, the what was it? I forgot what was it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's
Victory
this
Road.
Friday. Yeah, Victory Road. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Victory Road is this Friday. So, and
Wow.
plus Rampage is 2 hours as well. So, ooh, we got
I
about
mean,
And
6 hours.
GCW was smart and decided to have a pay per view on Saturday instead.
Oh, see, there you go. See, like
I'm gonna
Impact,
watch
come
that,
on,
and I can't wait.
come
Yeah,
on,
Impact
Impact.
is.
Go back to Saturday and Sunday. Anyways, sorry. Oh wait, we got some comments. Oh, somebody's dissing you, Greg. Sorry.
Oh,
Aside
that's
from the
okay.
Greg.
No worries.
Okay.
Also, Kenny.
Yes. Okay, the comment says, who the world killed? World Eater, maybe? I mean, could be. And another comment says, don't forget Adam Rose teamed up with White Rabbit at Survivor Series 1 year. That's true, too. I mean, it could be the White Rabbit from Adam Page's, what was his? Rosebud's, like, posse thing, you know?
Yeah, I don't remember. I know what you're
I
talking about,
don't
but I
know.
don't know.
Think pre-show, though? What are you talking? I don't get that. What do you mean by that? Please explain. Think pre-show, though? Hmm, maybe. We'll see. Anyways. Yeah, so I mean, also also they were doing a lot of theories. They were also showing videos of after commercial breaks on Raw. They were playing the White Rabbit song, and then people were putting up their lights thinking that it was Bray Wyatt coming out right now or something. So, and then also Alexa Bliss when she had her match in the main event, then the lights kind of flickered. And let's not forget, Alexa Bliss has some history with Bray Wyatt as well. So, Seven, what say you? How do you feel?
I don't care. Like, I don't like trying to put things together before it's there. Like, for me, it ruins it. I miss the old days where like WWE used to, or like back in the like late '90s, before the internet really. Like you didn't know what was coming. You would just see it and bam, you'd be surprised. I miss that like how do I say it? Like I miss that like
Authenticity, authentic.
yeah, kind of like the suspense of being like really shocked. Like I'm so tired of dirt sheets trying to ruin surprises. Like I'm over it. I don't care.
Okay, I get you. Yeah, I mean, you look, and you never know. There's probably going to be a lot of people that think like you as well. Me,
Yeah.
I like to know. I don't want to say anything to anybody. I mean, it's fun to kind of theorize. I'll still be surprised either way. So, we'll see.
See,
So,
I do agree with Seven on that as well. I mean, I think I don't mean to bring this up, guys, but I mean, like when the pandemic was really rough for all of us, I think that's what I give, AEW and not on because for the longest time, everything was just such under wraps. Like, perfect example, I never saw Sting coming out. I thought I was perfect. So a lot of things were sacred at that time. I'm not saying WWE has a bad time of keeping things hush hush, because I think they're going to get a lot better with that now that Triple H is doing his thing. But I do agree though. I miss the surprises. I really do. But yeah,
I mean, we
again,
live in an internet world, unfortunately. I mean,
I
there's like,
know it sucks, man.
I know it's just like we're kind of spoiled. Oh, so this is what he meant. This is the match was in a pre-show. That's what he meant. Ada Rose teaming up with the Bunny. Okay, thank you very much for that clarification. Oh, Caleb, hey there, Caleb. I'm feeling the light off signal was for Bray Wyatt. Yes, a lot of people are thinking the same way too. Yes, I'm not gonna put up those messages. I feel like that's you, Seven, talking to Kenny.
Yes, that was me. Is it a question? Yes, it was me.
Yes, it was a question.
Yeah, it was me.
If you guys want to know, please join our Facebook page so you can see what kind of comments that I'm not sharing right now. Anyways, um, okay, so now let's go and discuss about they just announced the main event for Crown Jewel, which will be Roman Reigns defending his title against Logan Paul. Now, at first, I was just like, why? But then I was like thinking, like, I mean, it's WWE. I mean, they've done this with a lot of celebrities. They've the main event match of WrestleMania 1, I they had what's his name? I pity the fool. What's his name? I already forgot his name.
Mr.
You
T.
know, they had a celebrity in the main event there. You know, they had a football
Mr.
player.
T.
Thank you. Sorry. Why did I blank on his name? Sorry, Mr. T. Yes. So yeah. You know, then of course they had a football player facing a wrestler at another WrestleMania. You know, they had of course Johnny Knoxville face Sami Zayn, which I feel like it was the most sports entertaining match of all time. You know, I mean, everybody was expecting it to be like a sucker, like a bad match, but it actually became like an actual fun match. You know, because of course Sami Zayn probably was the one that was creating most of it, so that's good.
Sami
So
Zayn's awesome.
yeah, of course, Sami Zayn's amazing. So let's go with you, Gary. What say you about hearing about the main event, Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul?
Man, it's anybody that likes Logan Paul. I mean, hey, you know what? I'm not going to deny his ring ethic. I think it's fantastic. Um, I don't like matches like this, and I think it just bothers me, because there's so much star-studded talent that you have, that could really give Roman a run for his money for his title besides Logan Paul. I get it, it's Saudi, this is normally, in some people's eyes, a throwaway pay-per-view, oh well, it don't matter, just the diehard casuals. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It just, I don't like this. I can't get behind it, sadly. I mean, Logan Paul, again, he's been in a couple great matches, no way of denying that. It's not realistic to me.
No,
It
of course not.
really is not. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling it. Good match, it's
Hmm.
going to be, without a doubt. It's going to be a good match, but 3 matches in, the guy gets a title match. Like, sorry, no. Just, I hate it. I'm sorry. I will try. I will try.
I don't know if I hate it or not, to be honest with you. Here's the thing, like I believe that it's believable as far as like him coming in and being able to go up against Roman and even possibly beat him. Also, because I mean, he is a famous boxer, he has been a boxer, so like he's athletic enough to where it wouldn't be a complete upset if he did win or whatnot. Um, but also, is Roman not defending it at Extreme Rules? Or
No,
okay, so when is the Saudi show?
November 5th.
Oh, okay. So then we have Survivor Series then too.
Yeah. So, mhm.
That makes
I was,
sense. So that will be his next time. Okay.
yeah. So
It'll be
let's not
interesting.
forget. Yeah, let's not forget. He still got the deal that Vince gave him, so he's going to be wrestling certain pay-per-views. So it's probably the big ones, which will be like Crown Jewel, Survivor Series.
And
Um,
that stuff doesn't bother me. Like, I mean, that's fine.
yeah, I know. I mean, it's just like I think Triple H has a lot to do with like trying to rebuild a lot of people. Like he did a
Yeah.
good job with Drew McIntyre. I feel like. So I mean, there's going to be a lot of more people that he wants to probably bring in or try to help to elevate, so that way they can be the next challenger for Roman.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. For sure.
hmm we got some comments right here. Caleb saying acknowledge the bloodline, of course. Put your ones up, please. Put your ones up.
Mm-mm-mm.
We got another comment right here. Says could be a great showing for Logan. In my opinion, he surprised me so far. I mean, I mean, you got to give credit more to the Miz on that. I'm sorry. I mean, like he's like 1-3 boxing wise.
Yeah. Um, what I
Sure.
will say though is like, okay, so I have two parts of it where I don't generally like when celebrities come in and put on a match generally because like look at how many people need like spend years in the trenches in a year in school before they're even able to put on a match and then just work their asses off. I don't believe that he gets the same training, so like there is part of me that has that wrestler mentality where it's like you're taking somebody's spot who's dedicated their entire life for it.
Hmm.
But that's not just him. Like, obviously, he's put in the work. He's clearly a fan because he knows what he's doing. Like, let's not take that away from him.
Of course
I
not.
personally just don't like. I don't like celebrities in wrestling. Period.
I know.
Unless they're going to go through the same things that everybody else went through.
Of course. I mean, like, look at
But
Bad Bunny. Like, he lived near the PC so he can
hmm
train every day. I mean,
yeah,
Logan Paul, he was there for what? For like probably a couple of weeks before WrestleMania to train. But yeah,
yeah,
so I don't know if he'll probably be. But I heard he has another boxing match. That's probably why they pushed it until November 5th. I mean, that's why they're
possibly.
having it at Conjo probably. So we'll see. We shall see. Okay, we got another comment here. Caleb saying Survivor Series War Games. Triple H is my favorite man. Awesome job. That yes. So thank you very much, Caleb, for bringing up the next topic, which is War Games is now going to be on the main roster, the main pay per view. Survivor Series in Boston this coming November. It's going to be two War Games matches, one for the men, one for the women. Seven, what say you when you heard the news about?
I'm pretty excited about it. The first War Games I ever saw was with you guys for NXT when we all did the watch along.
Yes. Hmm.
Um, and I
Gigi was the
absolutely
MVP
loved
of
it.
that match. Let's just talk about that.
No, the one before that with Shotzi and everybody. I don't think Gigi was there yet.
Oh no, we watched two of them. Yeah, so we saw the second one. So you're saying the first one? Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
know what you mean.
So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna see how it's gonna be interesting. Is it gonna be like SmackDown versus Raw? Like, I don't know how they're gonna split it or how they're gonna determine the sides.
Oh, so there is a report now saying it's not going to be a brand versus brand. So it's
Hmm,
just going to be like all the feuds into one match or something like that. So
interesting.
yeah.
I'm a
So
little less
probably,
excited about that, but I mean, what can
I
you do?
mean, like what they could do is just like one match that is the boiling feud. Like let's just say like Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins. They can have their team to go into War Games. They could do that. And of course, you have
Yeah.
Bayley and her teammates. Team up against some of the women, like either from Raw and SmackDown. I mean, they could do that. They could do a mixture of that. So, like how it was before, like it was like I remember around 2008ish to 2013ish, where they did like the Survivor Series matches, and it was not like brand versus brand. It was just like a mixture of like Raw, SmackDown, ECW, when ECW was a third brand at the time. So they will do a mixture of that, like maybe like that.
I'm just less excited now.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, like, it's in November, so we have like about a month and a half away. So we'll see. Gary, what say you?
Honestly, I'm kind of intrigued, actually, quite a bit, actually. Uh, I like it because when there's new changes to something that feels so. I'm not knocking the old school, but this is a whole new era of professional wrestling. Sometimes you need to change things up, deliver a new flavor. And my flavor is cookie dough. It's actually one of my favorites. Or Cherry Garcia, by the way, from Ben and Jerry's. Uh, to me, it's the Ben and Jerry's flavor because it's very exciting. We're gonna see Bloodline. I'm expecting that, but who is going to face the Bloodline? So I mean, maybe Seth Rollins, maybe Drew McIntyre into the mix. I'm I would like to see the five men that has feuded with Roman in the past to get their redemption on Roman. Um, so that's one thing that's making me very intrigued with it.
Hmm.
Um, the Women's Survivor Series match. I mean, the last one they had, I think it's when Shirai injured herself pretty bad. Um, and she did like that top rope, not top rope, but on top of the cage. And yeah, that was bizarre. That was cool.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so because of the reasons for it to be very different, I'm pretty excited for it because we've seen the same thing, traditional match after traditional match. NXT doesn't get included. What the hell? Now Orlando, I'm sure you can help me. Are they including NXT?
Not that I'm aware of, so I don't think so. I'm thinking because I think what Triple H is trying to do, he right now he's in the rebuilding phases. So he needs to rebuild NXT because what happened because of NXT 2.0. So I'm thinking he's not going to have them yet until maybe next year. Like right now, he's just trying to make things more intriguing until maybe next year where he can actually do like probably a brand split, everything all mixed up, everything all together because he's still kind of following certain guidelines and rules from, from Vince and he's trying to take those things away so that way things can get a little bit better. So we'll see. I mean, you never know. Maybe he could add an NXT in Survivor Series. You never know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, if anything, I like what you're saying there, dude, because if he's going to focus on, focusing on the rebranding of NXT, there's always next year. Um, so, yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, if not this year, next year for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I still feel like he's still in the rebuilding phase. Like we said, it's gonna probably take 18 months until you see like a really difference of things. Like he's trying to do it quicker, but like it's still gonna take more time. So we'll see in regards about that. We got a comment from Caleb saying, "I watched the Black and Gold War Games. Be different on main roster with talent." Oh, of course. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, imagine like Roman inside of a War Games match, or Kevin. Well, Kevin Owens has experience, so I mean, he could get into a War Games. I mean that would be fun. Like maybe it would be Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, uh,
Johnny
Johnny
Gargano.
Gargano. Yeah, Johnny Gargano, maybe. I mean, it's intriguing right now. So I'm just wondering how they're gonna do it. So next up, they did announce more matches for Extreme Rules. They did announce that Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey will be an Extreme Rules match. Matt Riddle
Mm-hmm.
versus Seth Rollins is going to be in a fight pit, which I'm excited for that because he created that in NXT, so he's bringing that to the main roster. And of course, Bayley is challenging Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. Gary, what say you about these three matches that were kind of like announced or added stipulations?
Hmm, I'm getting really bored of, Liv and Ronda. If I could be quite honest, it's really run its course. This is the rubber match, is what they like to call it after three matches. I just hope this will be it if Liv does win. I kind of don't though, because I kind of see Ronda and Shayna being a tag team. Because after all, it is an Extreme Rules match, so I see some type of interference. Um, I do agree with you, Orlando. I'm very excited for the Riddle and Rollins match because I don't care what anybody says. These guys perhaps are leading to the best feud that it's going to end the summer into the fall. Um, it's funny because it's getting overplayed. Sorry, it's getting so overdone with Liv and Ronda with their few matches. But yeah, when you see Riddle and Rollins, you want to see it more. Um, as we all know, the last time we saw this pit match, yeah, Matt Riddle and
Thatcher.
Thatcher. Yeah, it was
oh, thank you,
Thatcher. Yeah,
and that was at
it
the
was
end of the night.
Thatcher. Hmm.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
it
I'm
was.
very excited for it. So, and what was the other match again? I'm sorry, Armando.
Well, Bailey is
Oh,
challenging Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship.
should be a good match, but highly predictable that Bailey's gonna win. But that's not a bad thing because Damage Control is gonna be red hot
Yeah.
going forward. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
it
we
should
could
be
see
okay.
like Damage Control holding all the belts. We'll see. Seven, what say you about these three matches there?
I actually don't agree with Gary on that one. I think that Bianca is going to pull it off. I think as far as the pit match, that's not my style of. I'm not really that interested in it. I'm really interested in the Liv and Ronda match. I agree that this hopefully is the last match that we see from both of them. But ultimately, I think that it should be a good one because I think Liz needs that extra push. I think she needs a clean win over Ronda to solidify herself as the champion. Because the last time that they met, they both tapped out. There was controversy around it. she needs to have this match in order to get over what they kind of did. So I'm okay with it. I'm happy to see it.
Okay, we got some messages right here. It says, did we talk about the White Rabbit? Yes, we talked about it in the beginning. Don't leave yet. Watch us still on live. And then once it's over, then rewatch us again, and then you see that we talked about the White Rabbit.
But you can also give us your opinion on who you think the White Rabbit is, though.
Yes, of course. Caleb, of course. It says Fire Pit. You mean Fight Pit on NXT. I watched it on TV. I think Seth Rollins is done with Riddle. I mean, they maybe Seth will win this again. I mean, we'll never know. I mean, and then they'll end the feud because I think Seth needs more wins than Riddle. I think, my opinion.
Seth really needs to be on the win column.
Yeah. Your
Yes.
favorite.
Yes, I agree with this comment.
I mean, she's a face
Yes.
right now. She kind of saved Raquel from getting beat up. So I mean, she's now a face. So, I mean, I'm hoping for the Ting to come back. So.
It's a possibility. There's some news about Shotzi going around right now.
Okay. Oh, and then the comment is the White Rabbit is Bray Wyatt. You know, I'm gonna feel bad that if it's not Bray Wyatt. And then you know what? You should just say, like, you should go come on Bucklebomb 7 and be like, you all got worked.
It's true. I mean, it is a work. Like, no matter what it is, this is considered a work.
Yeah.
Like Orlando said in the chat the other day, oh, Kenny Omega's bite is from monkeypox.
Hey, look, I have like kind of almost the same mark as him, okay? And that's my monkeypox shot, okay? Y'all getting worked.
I think that if the bite was going to be that, well, I don't know. That's not
that's what I meant. Okay. Caleb says, is a person is John Perry? What does he mean by that?
Oh, is John Perry commenting? Is that what Caleb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, John Perry's in the chat with us.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hi there, John. Welcome to our chat. Thank you for joining us live. Yes. Sorry about that. I was like, who's John Perry? I was like, is he talking about like maybe a family member of like of Jungle Boy Jack Perry? I don't know. Anyway.
Yes.
All right. Let's go ahead and recap NXT. So, of course, it starts off with Carmelo and Solo in Shawn Michaels' office, and then Shawn Michaels says to Solo that you're not supposed to be a part of the match, so he has to take away the North American Championship. Now, we had a bit of a discussion here. I knew for a fact that Solo was not going to keep the belt because they want to keep it in NXT, and then you guys had a debate regarding about that. So I'll let you guys say it, and we'll go from there. So, Seven, we'll start with you.
I didn't get it. Like, why put the belt on Solo at all if you're just going to strip him from it? Like, it didn't make sense to me. Let Carmelo have it. But, like, okay, but I'll say that part. That was at the beginning of the show. As it went on, I was like, well, okay, so they're adding a bunch of different dynamics to it. So I'm like, okay, I could kind of see it, but it's still like, why? Like, why didn't you just, I don't know. That's all I have to say. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why, Sean? Why?
Tell me why. Okay, what say you, Gary?
Don't worry, I'm not going to rant 5 minutes. I'll make it short and sweet like 7. I hate this shit a lot. I'm sorry. Like, this made a couple things look bad. You had Solo join the Bloodline. Bloodline have titles. They're known for the gold. They're the, no pun intended, the undisputed, champions of the main roster, everything. It's just then him dropping the title after 7 days. I feel this is one thing I hate about WWE at times. It's not only flip-flop title changes, but why did you put the title on the guy that originally was holding that title for months was the guy that they should have never took the title off of if this is what they were going to do. I mean, I get it, there's speculation going on that Carmelo Hayes is soon to about to go on the main roster. I get that. But at the same time, this makes him look so damn weak. I'm sorry. I really
I
disagree with
disagree
this
with the
decision.
week thing though.
Yeah, because like he was not beaten. He was the
No,
title was stripped from him. So there's like
no, I
Yeah.
know that, but I guess it just makes him look like a wuss.
eh.
I know that sounds very
How does
unpopular,
it?
but
Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Like that, like I agree that I don't like how they set it up, but it doesn't make him look anything. Like actually, if anything, okay, they had the
that's
title. They didn't want to get him to lose the title so quickly, so they had to find a way to pull it to keep him strong with a bloodline. But I mean, to say that he's a wuss because of it, first off, it's wrestling, it's fake. I hope you know. So it's not like no, even if he did lose, it's not it's not going to make somebody weak.
Breaking news,
Um,
everybody.
sorry, I just broke.
that's that's not the choice of word that I meant to use, Evan. I don't know how else to put
No,
it.
I get
When
what
we're
you mean. It's just
live,
like
it's just
I get what you mean. It's just like
I don't like
it
to
was
see
like
it like
it
that.
was like a bad decision to strip Carmella, which was having a great reign, and then like for
Right.
Solo to just have a 1 week reign. Like, I get that, But
Maybe
for
Yeah.
that's
me,
what
it's
I
just
just didn't like.
yeah. So, but the thing is, for me, is just like I mean, it could bring the bloodline to NXT, which that would probably help. I mean, because like then they'll have some beef with Shawn Michaels. I mean, there's like some possibilities they could do it. I mean, I'm just, for me, it's just like I know Carmelo is already a made man. He doesn't really need the belt anymore. I think he's ready for Raw or SmackDown. Maybe he's ready for the NXT Championship if he wants to. Before he leaves NXT. Everybody's been wanting Carmelo versus Braun Breaker, so why not give us that match? I mean, because of course, those are the two main stars for NXT 2.0, in my opinion. So,
Right.
we got some comments right here. We got a little hi back, and then
Hi,
it says,
John.
it's Punk. Oh,
That's Kenny, the White Rabbit. He's referring to that.
okay. Oh, it's Punk. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then Caleb says Solo in the Bloodline on SmackDown with championship. Now Sean had to be NXT. Thanks a lot. I think he's like saying like he was a part of the Bloodline with a championship, and then Shawn Michaels took it away. I could see that. And then he kind of follows up with has a champion. Yeah, he tries to that's not a smart idea. Thank you very much. We got another comment up here is Lunatic Larry the lapdog fake too?
Maybe.
Maybe so.
Let's continue on. Nathan Frazier versus Axiom. They had their best of match 2. I have to say this was a great match between these two. They got great chemistry. The former A Kid and of course,
That's A Kid?
yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah,
No. Oh,
like
that explains why they're having such a good run. Like A Kid's absolutely amazing.
yeah. I mean, they're bringing in a lot of the NXT UK that wanted to come to the States, so they're
Yeah.
changing their name. So, I mean, we're going to get into a few others that are coming in. Um, so yeah, so they had a great second match. Then they're going to have their third match. Hopefully, they save it for Halloween Havoc, but I don't know if they want to save it for a full month from now. I mean,
Just let them fight forever. They were absolutely amazing. It was weird to me if it's best 3 out of 3 or a 3, like that you would have Nathan win twice, like or in a row. It kind of
yeah,
seemed a little weird. Like, but I
I
don't care.
think
I'm here for it.
I think Axiom is probably going to win this match. I think because I think he needs more of the win than Nathan Frazier.
Nathan, no.
And let me just say, Nathan Frazier is getting jacked. I think he's
Yeah.
like I think the diet over there in NXT, like whatever he's doing, or he's like learning some of his mentors like reps, like Seth Rollins. I mean, he's ready to meet his mentor in the ring. So I can't wait for to see that match. Like Seth Rollins versus his pupil, Nathan Frazier.
What do you think, Gary? Did you see that one?
Oh yeah, I watched the entire NXT when I was multitasking talking to Justin. Um, I gotta say, obviously, formerly known as Ben Carter here. The one time when I watched NXT, I was very excited that I got to see a full length match with Frazier for the first time in a while. This is why he's one of your biggest assets in NXT, in my opinion. I mean, beating A
Yeah.
Kid or Axiom, whatever you want to call him, is a good accomplishment, in my opinion. Um, I'm curious to see if he could beat him in that final match. So, but we shall see.
I mean, but he was kind of acting heelish. I kind of saw from the commercial break he was kind of a little heelish. So maybe he's gonna
I
go.
mean, somebody has to
Yeah, I
most of
agree.
the time.
You know, we got some comments right here. Caleb saying best flyings. Yeah, they were flying a lot. These two, I have to say. Oh, you
Yeah.
got to get back to work. Oh, thank you very much for joining us. Okay, best flyer on NXT. Yes, I think like Nathan Frazier to me, he is so quick. Like literally, I remember when he had the match with Carmelo Hayes. Like Carmelo Hayes had to catch his breath with wrestling with Nathan Frazier. Oh, this is it was incredible. Of course, next match
It
we
is
have.
hard to call him Nathan Frazier when I'm so used to calling him Ben Carter. I have
Oh,
a hard time with
Me
that still.
too. I still refer him as Ben Carter.
Yeah,
I mean, he picked the name. I think he probably chose it, but we'll see.
he did.
Oh, he did, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Next matchup, which is Toxic Attraction versus Pexley and Ivy Niles. So, I mean, Toxic Attraction needed the win because they're probably going to go back for the tag belts. So I don't know how long Mandy's going to hold the belts. I mean, I don't know until maybe the end of the year. I mean, like Alba Fire had a promo and it seems like she's getting for her again. So we shall see.
It's funny. I have a hard time with that one too. With the name, I'm like, who the hell is
Yeah,
that? And then you're like, Kaylee Ray. I'm like, oh yeah,
yeah,
she's amazing. If
yeah. No,
anybody deserves that belt, it's Kaylee Ray.
no, of
Like
course.
she's absolutely amazing.
I mean, like,
Um,
I mean, she's been already there for like what, a year now. So I don't know if maybe she doesn't need the belt. Maybe she just needs to just go to either Raw or SmackDown.
I think she's needed in. I hate saying this, but like, if I offend people, I'm sorry. But like, she's needed on NXT because the girls are too new. Like,
Yeah,
look at Toxic Attraction match with the other two. Like, their timing is completely off. Like, if I'm able to see what you're going to be prepared for before the move even hits, like, like I'm only like 6 months trained. Like, I shouldn't be able to pick this stuff up, and they need that kind of like what am I experience. They need that, and like Kaylee Ray is absolutely phenomenal. If you guys aren't familiar with her, check out not even her NXT stuff. That was tame. Like look at ICW Defiant over in the UK. Like those are outstanding matches way before the time. Um, so
hmm
yeah, I mean she's absolutely amazing. What is it, Alba Fire now?
yes, Alba
Is that the
Fire
color?
now. Yeah,
So yeah, I think that she needs the belt to help the women's division elevate. And it's not that it's a bad division. It's just they have so many new women superstars that or wrestlers that it's really hard for them to. They need somebody experienced. You can't have a bunch of newer wrestlers going up against each other and expecting a 5-star match. You need at least one with more experience.
yes. What say you, Gary, about Toxic Attraction as a whole, the women's division in NXT?
I mean, it was an expected win for them. I mean, Toxic Attraction is definitely one of your best women tag teams, in NXT for sure.
hmm
Um, I do agree with Seven. I mean, obviously watching this match was hit or miss for me as well, if I could be totally honest. Um,
hmm
but I mean, I like the fact it was just them getting some preliminaries, and in this case I feel like it's like somewhat of a preliminary because it's really working up their skill against two people that I've never even heard of. So, and I don't think when there's matches like this, I don't think it hurts those talents at all, because again it's really making them getting close for the future. So I didn't mind this match whatsoever.
hmm Yeah, I agree. So next up, Schism had a in-ring promo, and then of course the Dyad, I think that's their names, formerly known as Grizzled Young Veterans, faced Inofi and Blade. I'm sorry if I butchered his last name. Of course the Dyad won the match, and then of course later on in the show, of course Cameron Grimes had a promo that he'll be facing Joe Gacy in a match. So next week, so excited to see how that's going to turn out. So
Yeah, I
I
thought that was a really good match, to be
mhm.
honest. I mean, to me, it felt like you knew who was going to win, but it wasn't necessarily just a squash match. And I like that because at times I was like, oh shit, are they going to win? Who's going to win? I really just appreciated the match. Everybody on that team was really good, especially that. Uh, what was it like the where he jumped off of his partner's back into a
Oh,
Canadian
like a Canadian
destroyer?
shit. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
mean the Grizzled Young Veterans. They've been a great tag team since they
yeah,
started from NXT UK. You know, it's sad they couldn't keep their NXT UK name. I mean,
yeah.
you know, but I mean they're doing something different. So I'm thinking they wanted to do something different, so we should see. So, what say you, Derry, about this tag match?
Not gonna lie, I never knew this was the former team of, well, the former name of GYV. That's nuts,
Mm.
man. I did not know that, and I thought the match was pretty fun, and now I can see why. Because GYV was actually one of my favorite tag teams from NXT UK for the longest time. Um, well, NXT rather. I'm sorry. Um, Joe Casey though, the guy is just so fun. Like he
Yeah,
has so much good character. He's got a good persona. Him and Grimes. If you guys don't like Cameron Grimes, I'm not saying on here, but people at
like out
home,
there, you're saying out
you
there.
better. Yeah, there you go. People out there, please love Cameron Grimes as much as you can, because this guy is such a gem. I mean, he's just so good,
Of course,
and should be a fun one.
The former Trevor Lee from Impact and in the Indies. I mean, come on now.
I
I,
absolutely adore him.
I think he's great. I think I
Yeah,
love his character. I think he would have probably been a great addition to the like Raw or SmackDown. You know, like he just gives me like Santino kind of like character, but he's a great wrestler. So I mean, no. I'm not saying like like the Santino the whole package. I'm just saying
yeah.
Santino the character because he's like funny, but also he's a great wrestler. Because like you could be funny, but if you're not a good wrestler, then like it's pointless. But if you're funny and a good wrestler, that's a win-win combination right there.
So all the matches that we've liked so far have all been NXT UK wrestlers. I'm just gonna put that out there.
No, I know, of course.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, for months before NXT UK was closed or being revamped, we've literally been trying to promote for years NXT UK as the best brand for WWE,
Yeah, I mean, I
and
just
you know,
the pandemic really affected them. That's
yeah,
unfortunate. So I mean, like, but at least some of the talent are coming in, so maybe they can help some of the new people. Like how you said, Alba Fire is there now, Grizzle Young Veterans.
hmm
And it looks like some other people are going to come in. We'll get into that when we get later on into the recap of the show. Of course, Wendy Chu versus Cora Jade. I mean, Wendy Chu works well with anybody, so she gave Cora Jade a good match. And Gary, what say you?
whoa, oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
I'm surprised you forgot this, Orlando. Before this match, actually, we saw somebody in a hoodie. Um,
Oh
I
yeah, that's right.
really like that a lot because kudos to whoever made this segment because, again, when you're a casual viewer of NXT or you've never seen NXT, I think that is really smart because you want to know, okay, who is it going to be? Even if it drags out for 3 weeks to a month, it's building to something very mysterious. So I gotta say, kudos to NXT tonight for that. That I really liked a lot. Because
Hmm.
cliffhangers to me, it makes things really fun. With the match with Cora Jade and Wendy Chu, I'm gonna, I'm telling you, Cora Jade is meant to be a heel. She's got a lot of potential to be a
Yeah,
young breakout star. Um,
yeah, I agree. I'm gonna say it
I
right here. I think next year gonna be Cora Jade versus Raquel Perez as the women's match of the year for NXT because those two are gonna probably be fighting for the belt. And I wouldn't be surprised if they fight in the main roster on Raw and SmackDown as well as like like as like an AJ Lee versus Paige, or like what other match, like Trish Stratus versus Mickey James type of like feud. I just feel like those two
Mhm.
women are gonna probably be feuding for years to come. So
I mean,
yep.
yeah. I mean, they're really young and they're really hungry to really earn their
Mhm.
spot in this business. So, again, I'm all for that. This is a perfect segue for seven. What do you think about Lash Legend coming out? Are you excited for that? Looks like that could be a few going forward with Cora Jade and Lash Legend.
That's a good question. I haven't really seen enough of Lash Legend to know if I like her or not. She's
Mhm.
definitely somebody who demands attention once they're in the ring, and I like that. She's a
Yeah,
good character. As far as her in ring, I'm not quite sure. I
yeah.
mean, she fucking pump kicked her in the face with heels on. Like, okay, boo, I respect you. Let's see what
Hmm.
you got. You have my attention. Um,
Of course.
but I do want to say, as far I'm not as sold on Cora Jade as of right now. Um, I just I don't know. Wendy on the other hand, like I've seen her indie stuff before she even got to WWE. I
Hmm.
don't love her gimmick, but I mean, what else is she gonna do? It,
No, I think it's gonna be cute for little girls to be like in onesies and like little like kind of like designer kind of like animals and stuff, and like she could like I could see her like in the Raw or SmackDown doing something like for kids and stuff. I mean, I could
okay,
see
but then don't have your ass hanging out of your pants.
they were like not that tight anyway.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying. I definitely hope that is not geared towards children who like her. Like, no,
Well,
I'm
I
not
mean,
about that. But
she had like a onesie. Now that she's like making it more shorter, I don't know if she's gonna go back to like a wrestling gear or something. I don't know, but I liked her before she had the short shorts. I liked her with the long pants and the onesies with like the hoodie and
no,
stuff.
it's Florida. It's hot as shit. Like, no,
I
absolutely
know.
not.
Like, I'm surprised she hasn't sweat a lot wearing the. She probably mentioned it. Like she's like, let me take off these onesies because it's fucking hot.
I'm not over. I don't necessarily love her gimmick. Let me just put it
I
that
know.
way. But as far as in ring and her as a person, like
I
she
know.
can do no wrong. Like, she's one of my absolute favorites in NXT,
She gave Mandy Rose her best match. I'm sorry, like the
and
hands
that's really
down,
hard to do.
pretty much. What were you gonna say, Gary? I thought you were about to say something.
Oh no, no,
Okay.
no,
All right. So next
Because
matchup,
I am not touching this conversation.
no.
anyways, next matchup, which we have Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams facing Chase U, which Chase U got the win. Okay. I read the spoiler. I thought that maybe someone was gonna distract and cost them the match, but that Carmelo Hayes was the one that got pinned. I don't like this trajectory. I think they're going with the oh, now he's getting too cocky and now he's about to getting lost after loss after loss. I
I like it. I like where they're going. I think the match was really good. The pin that he chose was awesome. Like, I'm for it.
Yeah, I agree. Hmm. What say you, Gary?
it's it's got a lot. Uh, it's got a lot for me to grow on it, but I love the crowd how they're do the whole you thing. Um, so that's it's working in his favor. Um,
Hmm.
and I'm not saying that he's a you know not the biggest eye opener for that roster, but Chase is gonna grow with his fans. I guess it's gonna take a while for me to get used to it because again, this is my first length NXT in a while, so and I'm guilty for that, and I'm not afraid to admit it. But again, when you got even if it's just like 10 people doing this chant, hey, it gets you over. So
Hmm.
let's see how that goes. I will say though, I really like the surprise factor though, because again, unpredictability makes really good wrestling. And I really did not expect Carmel to lose. So
Yeah.
again, I applaud WWE for this one as well.
Hmm. Yes. So then we had a backstage with Gallus and Bridge and Jensen. It looks like Gallus is staying around, so that's good at least. I like that the Coffee Brothers and Wolfgang are staying around NXT. Maybe they'll help out
Hmm.
some of the tag division, you know? You know?
I'm excited for that tag match next week, though, with them. I really am. It's very
Yes,
intriguing. I do admit
yes,
that.
I agree. Yes. I can't wait because it seemed like these are it's probably gonna, I'm thinking they're gonna have like another, like they're gonna have this match next week and then another match at Halloween Havoc and like a big old like street fight or something like that. So it'll be exciting for that. So, mhm.
Hmm.
Mhm. Of course, then we had Singa versus Von Wagner, which Von Wagner showed some power and defeated Singa. Seven, what say you about that match?
Who was it again?
Singa versus Von Wagner.
Oh, I actually thought it was okay. So I'm not the biggest fan of two giants going against one each other because to me they tend to be slow and sometimes can be sloppy because they can't keep their breath. I'm not saying these two. I'm saying like in my experience of watching it.
Hmm.
But I was actually kind of impressed by both of them. They had a good steady pace. Um, they actually didn't just rely on their size to get over. They used their wrestling moves. They used their talent. So I actually thought it was a lot better than what I was going to think it was. I was kind of surprised that I can't think of his name lost,
Oh,
but
Singa.
yeah, Singa lost. But I mean, yeah, I mean it makes sense that he did though.
Yeah. I mean, they'll probably have another match. I have a feeling they're going to continue. So, what say
Yeah.
you, Gary?
It was okay for what it was. I mean, when you have two giants like this, it's
Hmm.
makes it okay, I guess. I mean, how can I put it? So when it comes to Von Wagner, it's hit or miss with him. But you know what? Um, he's I don't know why. He kind of reminds me of the Great Khali a little bit. I have no idea
A lot of people
why.
say that. A lot of people call
um,
him the great Vong Lee or something like that. I forgot what was the nickname they gave him. Something like
okay.
that. But I didn't know that he was a second generation wrestler. I forgot who was his father.
Oh yeah, I did know that too, but I can't think of his name.
Yeah, and then he had that one appearance on SmackDown. I'm just wondering where that was supposed to go, but yeah. Okay. Next matchup, we had Grayson Waller versus the debut of Aura Mesa, formerly known as Oliver Carter from NXT UK, which these two had a great match together. Um,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna get used to saying his name, Oro Mesa. I'm gonna butcher that.
It means gold. That's how I'm gonna remember it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just probably gonna call them Gold. So Gold won because Apollo came out with a bloody eye. So it looks like Apollo Crews versus Grayson Waller is still gonna continue. So I mean,
I feel like they're both really talented, and I'm excited to see what they both do.
yes, I'm excited too. Diamond Mine are pissed off. They want to get with David Kemp, and then David Kemp kind of explained why he did it because he was paid off by Tony D'Angelo to have him help him to win the tag belts, and then of course that didn't happen, and then like he had to stop Roddy for like ratting him out, and then I wonder where's Roger Strong, is he out?
I don't know. I'm probably least out of all the show. That's probably the least part that I was interested in. I
Yeah.
don't know why. I don't know.
I mean, like for me, Diamond Mine is just they're the tag team division. Like to me, like they're really great. I'm hopefully they'll have more tag teams that they can face. You
Yeah.
know, so because like I kind of like when they faced like the Grizzly Young Veterans, like it seemed like they were a little bit more scrappy. Gary, what
Hmm.
say you about Diamond Mine? How do you feel about Diamond Mine?
Hmm. I mean, when they first came in, it was okay. And then
Hmm.
when a couple people departed, I thought it had some good potential. Um, I really love the Creed brothers or Creed Bros. Um,
Hmm.
it's gonna take a lot to get behind Diamond Mine, unfortunately. I
Hmm.
want Roddy to be back, and to see what they can do to further with this faction. So it's tough to say, man. They're in a position where they can either build from it or just see where they go with it. So,
Yeah.
um, and another thing, really quick, Romendo, I'm gonna say it right now. Grayson Waller and what was his name again? Oro.
Oro Mesa. I'm saying it wrong still.
Hands down, the match of the night because I
Okay.
love the unpredictable win, and that
Yeah.
was for the qualifying match, wasn't it?
Yes.
I,
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. That's right. We didn't even mention. So the North American Championship will be decided in a ladder match for Halloween Havoc in next month's NXT's pay-per-view. So, how did you guys feel about that announcement where they're going to have a ladder match to determine the new champ? 7 versus
I'm excited about it.
yeah.
if you
I mean, I'm
like, if you like
go
the
ahead. I'm
high
sorry.
flying like I do, absolutely, I'm all for it. And I know they're gonna find a few other great damn talents to fill those spots. I mean,
Yeah.
um, put Frazier in there now because that would be great.
You know who I
um,
want? You know who I want? Tyler Bate in that match. I
Jeez,
think he,
that would be
I
good.
think I think he would probably do great in that ladder match. And plus, like he'll be like the strongest probably out of all of them. Probably be a lot of high flyers. He's a high flyer too in a way. So I think he'll probably be able to, help out in the match. I mean, because it seemed like Tyler Bate is sticking around too. So, I mean, I would like. There's a lot of people that are like either re-debuting or returning, or like they're staying around for a few more weeks and stuff to help out with the division. So, I'm excited. Like Mako had a promo, like congratulating Roxanne because they had a great match last week. So looks like Mako's probably going to stick around, maybe help out the women's division, which I think that would be smart because with Mako, with her over 20 years of experience, you know, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. And like Gary said, that you said that this was match of your night. For me, my match of the night is JD McDonough versus Tyler Bate, the main event to determine the number one contenders match. These two had great chemistry. You could tell that they probably didn't have to go over anything. They just probably just phone it in or something. Like they just knew what they needed to do. And they just had an incredible match. Of course, JD won. So he'll be facing Braun Breaker, but Ilya Dragunov came back and it looks like he's going to be in NXT Prime. I'm excited for that.
I am a huge fan of Eliop, and I also love every guy that was in that match tonight. It was, again, everybody from UK.
You know,
I just thought of a Wargames. Prime versus UK. Give it to me. Let's see it. Um,
you could. You never know.
yeah, I thought that match was absolutely amazing, and it definitely deserved to be the main event. It could have been a pay-per-view event.
I agree. What say you, Gary?
Turn this into a triple threat.
Uh,
um,
I wouldn't
I
mind.
I
I wouldn't
mean,
mind.
geez. I mean, this would actually really test Braun Breaker. And again, he is such a gifted young talent. And him going toe to toe with these two men would really solidify him as, the placeholder for NXT for the time being. But then again, you have Dragunov that really did not, lose his title because of unfortunate situation. Um, But damn, these three would just easily, that would be a match of the year contender, hands down. Um, I'm a
Definitely.
huge mark for Dragonov. So,
Oh, no, I love
um,
Dragunov. Come on now. Like his match with Walter, and then like their rematch, and then of course his matches that he had in NXT UK. I mean, the man deserved to have that title. I mean,
I mean, they both carried UK through a pandemic.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I like that JD like reacted like so pissed off because it's like remember like he banished him from NXT UK, so that's why he came to NXT Prime, and now Ilya Dragunov is now NXT Prime, so you know.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I mean, I would love it. I have a okay. If they do a triple threat, I think JD is probably going to get the pin again. But I just do want a one-on-one match between Braun Breaker and Ilya Dragunov because I feel like their intensity will probably be great with each other, you know. And I think like Ilya will probably help out, Braun to get into the next level, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, like, they could. I mean, all four of these men could like still go after each other for the title. I mean, if that's your main event picture right there, I wouldn't mind it, right?
Halloween
Absolutely.
Havoc Takeover. That's where it's set to be, I believe. So,
Yeah, Halloween Havoc a takeover, so I'm excited.
or they
Yeah,
could have saved that huge possible main event when we get the one night only, with brand versus brand here in
wow.
October. So that again, but you know what? I would really say that for Takeover Halloween Havoc if
Yeah,
I was Hunter.
I mean,
That's what I would do.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's interesting just to see like they're bringing in more and more like NXT UK talent. I'm thinking this is my speculation for the woman that you brought up that's in the mask. I think that's Isla Dawn. She's probably going to debut with a new name. I mean,
I
like
have
think of
no idea who that
Oh.
is.
well, I'll have to show you a picture probably later on in the chat. But like Isla
Okay.
Dawn, she was like a witchy kind of character in NXT UK. So
Yeah. She's
I think
badass.
yeah, and I think she would fit in with Schism. I think that she would fit in well with them.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who else. And I'm waiting for Norm Dar. It seemed like Norm Dar's not coming in. I don't know if like that's a shame, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, you never know. Maybe he'll debut soon, maybe with a new name. I mean, unfortunately, he can't probably can't use his name because he probably used it in the Indies. So we'll see. So, alrighty then, that wraps up our show for today. Thank you very much, everybody who has joined us. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be going over AEW, all the news, and of course Grand Slam. So please stay tuned for that. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to us, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, listen to us on podcast formats. We're all over the podcast format. We do have our Patreon. Please join us in our Patreon. You know, guys, do you have anything
Also,
else? Yes. Oh
I
wow.
do. Dear AEW, please give me a new women's champion.
Ooh, ooh. Oh, we're gonna say that for tomorrow, y'all. So because we're about to have some fighting words here.
Go ahead.
Seven had to say something, and I'm gonna say something.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
really wanted to save this for you both. This NXT show was better than Albany's Dynamite last week.
Hmm.
okay.
I
I
don't remember what
feel
happened last week.
Well, I mean,
um,
it's interesting because it had the best rating, but it was kind of a throwaway show. I'm sorry to say, it was kind of. I
me
mean, like I
personally,
did like the
Hold on,
Danielson.
let Gary finish.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
me personally, I loved how they built the talent tonight on NXT. I loved how the main event was beautifully executed. I loved the fact that there was a surprise victory in the match between Grayson Waller and the other gentleman. Forgive me, don't remember already.
Gold. We're
Um,
going with gold. We're going with gold.
Gold. Um, and then you get the mystery person wearing the hoodie. I absolutely loved NXT tonight. Um, and this is why I'm very excited to look. I'm going to make this a normal thing where I will
Okay.
join the Chop Shop on Tuesdays because I am going to watch NXT going forward because, again, I'm excited for the brand returning back to its old roots. And Vince McDaddy, you know what? Your son-in-law just kicked you in the face because now he's going to turn it into something exciting where I can watch it again. So
Nope.
keep it up, NXT. You got my eyes more than Dynamite last week. So
Okay.
there we go.
But I'm still
We
hoping
may
for the
change
next.
it. I know what you're gonna say. We may change it. It's normal. Chop Shop is normally on Mondays. But it may be something that we do change to Tuesday. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, like our schedules
Mhm.
are all mixed up, you know. So, and also we have other shows. Please also watch the other shows that we have on our YouTube and our Facebook page live.
But as
Also,
long
don't
as you're watching the ones I'm on, I don't care. No, I'm just kidding.
let me end it before Sarah say something. All right, guys, have a good night, everybody.